Hi, Andrew. How are you today?
Hey Fanny, I'm doing well.
Good. So, yeah, thanks for coming back today. What did you want to talk about today?
Well, I've been coming pretty regularly for the last several months, and then I started going to that OA group that we had talked about, and it's they say at the end of it every time is like it works if you work it and you're worth it. And at first, I was like, oh, that's so stupid. Oh my gosh, like and I was just I don't know. I thought it was so corny, but I've been going for the last month or so. Got a sponsor. Went to lunch um, for the last couple of weeks actually. Yeah, so we went to lunch a couple times. Got coffee at first, and then grabbed lunch this last weekend. And um, yeah, I didn't realize just how unhealthy I had been. Um, so I really think Um, I'm ready to stop feeling so miserable all the time. So that's part of where I wanted to come in today, and um, yeah, I don't want to feel like crap anymore. So let's do what we got to do.
Okay. So, um, yeah, we've been talking about your eating habits, and you've joined an OA group, um,
Hmm.
and you're ready to make some changes and be healthier.
Hmm.
And you've gotten a sponsor, and you've
Hmm.
gone out with him
Hmm.
or her out to lunch and had some coffee. So what is it that you want to change specifically?
Well, I mean, like, I've told you so long that I hate taking pictures. Like, I feel so much shame when, and I see my belly, and I feel so much shame about that. And you and I have been doing a lot to kind of work on some of that shame, and that's kind of helped. And so I think I see my body, um, uh, you know, um, and I've been doing some of those grateful kind of the gratitude checklists that we had kind of talked about, and I've been more kind of grateful towards my body, like what it can do. But yeah, I'm just sick of some of the yo-yoing, like because I've done keto, I've done carnivore, I've done um, Whole 30, and I've done these kind of yo-yo diets, but it's just I'm sick of that. I want something sustainable. I want a different relationship with my body, and I want a different relationship with food. So I don't want to just do a weight loss thing. Um, I want to make some. I want to. I guess that's why I'm going away, is so that I can start to do and seeing you. I want to do some kind of deeper work because I think that I've been using food for a long time. So I don't know because I don't want to do like just another yo-yo thing, and like because we could just pick a diet and be like cool, But
Okay.
that's been the problem over the years, right? So yeah,
Mhm.
so yeah. What
So
any thoughts about that?
um you want to feel better about your body, you want to look good, and also eat healthier. Is that what I'm hearing? Just when you take pictures, you want to see yourself attractive, be comfortable in your own body. Um,
Yeah, I guess I don't know if I'm being clear. I'm sorry. Um, I want to start eating purposefully.
okay.
Yeah.
So
Let me put it like that. Yeah, because I remember like when I was like 23, 24, I was super fit. Like I was running marathons and stuff like that. And I looked at pictures back then. Back then when I would look at my own pictures and I would think myself fat. So I know like it's probably some form of body dysmorphia, but yeah, so I'm ready to I'm ready to have a good relationship with food. I'm ready to be purposeful and thoughtful about
Okay.
food. Mhm.
And what prompted you to finally make that decision?
Honestly, some of these OA groups have been really helpful. I think for the longest time I'd been just kind of isolated, and I knew other people struggled with their weight, but when I started hearing stories about how um, other people grew up with these chaotic homes, and then they would eat ice cream and it made them feel better, or they would hide food in their room and eat a bunch of food before they go to bed, and that helped calm them down. I just felt a little more kind of identification out of that, and I was like, oh, I'm not alone. Like, I'm not the only one that struggles with this sort of stuff. And so like it's just been good to hear other people and some of the things that they started to do to start to feel better about themselves.
Okay, so those sessions have motivated you to want to make that change.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Just hearing other people kind of share, it's been really, the wheels have been turning. Hmm.
Right. Are you okay if we make a plan for you? Like set up a plan for you to start taking steps towards that change?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, yeah, like I didn't know that's what you did. I thought like because we've done so much like just like psychotherapy stuff. But yeah, I mean, if you've got some resources, I'd love that.
Yeah, so let's do like a just a draft plan. Uh,
Okay.
Nothing set in stone. We can modify it week over week. Maybe does a to start like a 4 week plan, does that work? Like take it 4 weeks at a time and then revisit it? That would be okay?
Yeah, I mean, 4 weeks is that's not too bad. Yeah, let's do 4 weeks.
Okay. All right. So this is your plan. I'm just going to ask the questions and you tell me what works for you. And, we'll just kind of brainstorm it. Like I said, it's not something that, I mean, we can start, it's a starting point and we can modify as we go. So this
Okay.
is your
Okay.
plan. Okay.
Okay.
Tell me, what are some first steps that you can take to,
Um, I mean, like I had said, I think that there's some deeper kind of shame and there's some deeper kind of where I've kind of isolated and kind of hid some of my overeating sort of things. So I think one of the first things I think I can do is I can keep attending OA. I think that that's been really positive. Um, keep reaching out to my sponsor. I think that that's something I want to do.
okay.
Um, and then in terms of food, I don't know because I don't want to. I mean, I could give you like the generic answers, like eat more vegetables, eat less sugar, like stop eating Cheetos, But like, I think that that's the problem, right? Is if I'm like too like harsh about certain things, then that tends to like make me feel anxious, right, or feel bad if I partake or whatever. So I don't know. I don't even know where to start.
Mhm. Okay. Um, okay. So are there other people that can help you other than your sponsor, like other support systems you have?
Um, my wife, yeah, she's been on board like almost any time, like yeah, even when we've done our diets and stuff like that, she's been on board as a big help.
Okay.
Hmm.
Um, and it's your choice, since you talked about food, maybe like it's your choice, a nutritionist or something, something to consider, that
Oh,
can, I
say
don't know,
that one more time. It cut out.
be like a nutritionist or something or an
Yeah,
exercise.
I mean, I've gone to a nutritionist and like there's a lot like I've got plenty of information, and frankly, no offense, but it's kind of information overload sometimes because,
Yeah.
one dude on YouTube will say only eat vegetables, and the next person will actually go on and say like vegetables are the devil and make your stomach inflated, and it's like, oh my gosh, come on. So I'm a little burnt out by like the education. um
That's okay.
but I will say, one thing a lot of people tend to agree on is intermittent fasting.
Okay.
And I know that one of my big issues is, I told you about how I would hide food, and when the doors were closed, I, even as a little kid, I would like pull out Cheetos or something like that that I hid under the bed, um, and eat that before I went to bed. So I guess I could maybe combine those things. I could like, not eat late or something. Like I don't know if that sounds stupid because that's not really a diet. But it's like I'd be purposeful. Like I only get to eat during the day or something like that. Like what do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean that's a good idea that you have to schedule yourself, to schedule meals for yourself. And if you do that intermittent fasting, you know when you're going to eat and you can plan ahead for that.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
what you can eat and when you can eat, because you go through time periods of not eating, so you'll know that ahead of time. And
Mm-hmm.
if that's something that you're willing to try, could
Mm-hmm.
work for you. So you have continue to go to the OA sessions and continue to meet with your sponsor
Mm-hmm.
and do the intermittent fasting.
Yeah, I think we could do those. Yeah, yeah, I wouldn't mind doing those two things.
Okay.
Yeah, because again, I think in my past I've demonized so many different foods, and and obviously like I don't want to eat a bunch of junk food, but like I don't want to also demonize foods. I think that that just adds to the stress and the crap inside my brain. So I don't want to do that. So yeah, okay, let's do that. Yeah, I think that's a good start.
Great. And you mentioned your wife is someone that could support you. Do you know in what ways she can support you?
Almost every time we've done a food thing, she just kind of does it alongside me. She's kind of my
Oh,
buddy with it. So I know the last time we did Whole 30, we did it together. Um, I could ask her if she'd be willing to, you know, just help
like a
enable that.
partner. Good.
Yeah, be my partner in it. Yeah.
Okay, that's great.
hmm
Is there anything that you think of that you could think of that maybe would be like a barrier or interference with your plan, that something that might prevent you from attending a meeting or connecting with your sponsor, something that could even break your fast?
Yeah, I play basketball on the evenings on like Thursday night, and then Wednesday night I have church. Um, and a lot of times, what'll happen on those evenings is like I'll have a basketball game at 6, and that's typically the time we eat dinner. And I also don't want to eat a heavy meal before the game. So by the time I'm done with basketball and I get home at 7:30, 8, and I'm starving because I just ran up and down a court and I'm like, ugh, I need some food right now. So I know I remember last Thursday, for instance, like I got done with basketball and then I ate like, it was like 3, 4 slices of pizza. It was a lot. And, so I think it's just those kind of the weird days. Um, those tend to get in my way a lot. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Now, thinking about that, because when you're exercising, you're burning calories, you're burning energy.
hmm
There anything you can do like to minimize your hunger, maybe during your game or even before your game?
Yeah. I mean, I can eat something light before the game. A lot of times, if I eat, yeah, I think a couple weeks ago I ate like a sandwich, and that I still played really well. And then I also have liquid IVs that I drink. Like they're kind of like Gatorade, like sugar free Gatorade, and those tend to give me some decent energy. Um, and then I know something that I was reading about intermittent fasting. It's like you're not hungry or you're not starving and you're not gonna die. Your brain is just trying to trick you into eating because it doesn't want to use your fat, you know. So I can just use that little brain trick, that cognitive little trick. Like I guess I think you called it like a reframe a couple weeks ago. So I can reframe it and say these feelings are not starvation and hunger. I'm not dying. My brain's just trying to trick me so that I don't have to use the fat on my body. So so I can tell myself that after games and on Wednesday if I haven't eaten a lot.
Okay, good.
I could also be more intentional during the day to make sure to fuel up as well on those days. So
So you know exactly what to do, it sounds like.
in here, but in the moment is that's what's tough, right? So yeah.
So on those days that you had a light meal or had your liquid IV, did you notice a change in your feelings of hunger after your game?
Yeah, I had a lot more energy during the game, and that was really that was helpful. And then after the game, you know, I had some hungry feelings, and but I remember another trick someone had said, like if you get those really hungry feelings after you've exercised a lot, just take a spoonful of peanut butter. Just eat a spoonful of peanut butter, get a lot of protein, and then your brain will shut down that kind of hunger pang. So I could also do that. I guess I could bring like, you know, literally like one intentional, like, or like a peanut butter sandwich or something like that right after the game. Just eat only a peanut butter sandwich that counts as my dinner, and then nothing afterwards. So
Those are
is
all
that cheat? Is that cheating though? Because that's like still like late night. I don't know.
well, those are really good strategies. It is late. I don't know how late your games go, but it's managing your intake too. You're not starving to where you feel like you have to eat a whole medium pizza, but you're feeding your body and you're
Hmm.
feeding it in a healthier way.
Yeah.
Will minimize the or eliminate the feelings of shame that you're experiencing because you just ate a whole medium pizza after you worked out because you were starving. And
Mm,
now you're
okay.
feeling guilty and shame. So if you do those strategies, like eat a smaller meal, take your liquid IV and take pack yourself your peanut butter sandwich where you're not starving and you may even feel good about yourself that you did not go home and eat a whole pizza.
Yeah. And then it's intentional too, I guess. That makes sense because that's what we had talked about is setting intentional food. So, okay. Okay. That makes sense then because then yeah, I've been learning the difference between compulsive eating and intentional eating and so yeah.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
yeah. Okay.
And
Okay.
have more of those discussions with your sponsor too.
Yeah. Mhm. Yep.
Um, just a couple more questions. How would you know if your plan is working?
Um
Your body's
I
working.
mean, I'm gonna be hungry, like I know that. Like I don't think I can avoid hunger. Um I guess I'll know it's working if it's a good question. If I'm able to abstain, if I'm able to kind of stay with my goals, I guess. I guess I'll say the opposite. I know it won't work if I'm feeling a lot of that craving and then I end up like, you know, compulsively eating. Um, or start feeling really bad about myself and beating myself up over like a slip or something. Um, yeah, that's where I don't know what to do. Like, what do
Mhm,
I do if I slip? Like, what do I do if I, you know, lapse or relapse or whatever it is?
mhm. Well, that's normal to have a relapse or a setback. That's normal in the in the process when you're trying to change.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Well, that's that. Okay, that's helpful. But okay. But I don't want to have that relapse. So I mean, we made a goal for like 30 days, right? So like I can make it 30 days surely, right?
You can. I believe you can. I believe in you.
Yeah, but I guess it's up. I guess it's up to me. But all right.
Yeah,
But yeah, so I don't know. I guess it'll be going well if I'm, going to OA and adhering to the guidelines we've set.
great. Yeah, thanks. So just two more questions. On a scale of 1 to 10, what's your willingness or how motivated are you to change on the scale of 1 to 10?
I think at the beginning of session I was like an 8, and then we started like I really started thinking about it, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And then and then how about those days? Oh, how about that? How about this? And then um, so I think I'm at like a 5 right now because it's kind of scary, and I don't want to fail something else again. I just hate that. Like when I put a goal together and then I fail it, I don't like the feelings of feeling like a failure.
Yeah. Well, just know that if you take some steps back, it's part of the process. As long as you keep moving forward, it's about progress, not perfection. So it doesn't have to be perfect. As long as you're moving forward and you think about your plan and your ultimate goal and you keep with the progress. As
Yeah.
long as you're making progress, it doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to be perfect even the first week, but you have all the right strategies, you're being intentional, you have support system with the group and your sponsor and your wife who's willing to be your partner if talk to her. When you're working out, when you're playing basketball, it makes you very hungry. So that's going to be a trigger for you, and you have a strategy of planning ahead with
Hmm.
snacks before
Hmm.
and after the game and maybe during. So, as long as you're making the progress, and if you take one step back, that's normal. Just know that it's normal. It,
Okay.
um, and just lastly, what would be the pros if once you accomplish this change for yourself, what are the pros?
Well, I would definitely feel better. I mean, like, yeah, like I'd mentioned that pizza. Like, I felt awful, and I felt awful for like the whole weekend. I just felt sick, and so yeah, so I would feel better more consistently. I'd have more regular energy. Um, yeah, I think that those things, and then on top of all of that as well, I think I would learn a lot more about me. I think one of the things about Overeaters Anonymous is like I think I've secretly known this has been a problem for a long time, but like this is America. Everybody's overweight. So like if everyone is sick, like sickness is normal, right? So like that's one of those things that like I don't know. I think I would feel better overall knowing that s- s- feeling sick isn't actually normal, and just because it's common isn't necessarily good. So, yeah. So I want to feel good. I think that that's one of the pros is I will feel good, and who cares about anyone else? I'm the one living in my skin, so I deserve to feel good.
Yes, you do. That's great. So we'll
Hmm.
just do a recap and then we have, some things to look forward to and work towards for the next 4 weeks. And we'll do check-ins, we'll meet again and keep a journal of, how it goes every week. And we can discuss that in our next session. If you did have relapse or took a step back, we can talk about that. We can talk about what happened and how you were feeling, what triggered it. And we're also going to celebrate your wins. Um, so you're going to continue to go to these sessions. You're going to work with your sponsor, meet with them regularly. Your wife is going to be your partner through this journey. You're going to do the intermittent fasting and be intentional about your eating habit and carrying snacks with you when you have your games. Um, and this is gonna, in the end, make you feel better about yourself and being in your own body and how you look, and it will eliminate the shame you're feeling, your body shaming and guilt.
Mhm. Yep.
I'm
Yep.
good.
No. Yeah. I mean, I'm ready. I'm ready for the that good stuff because it's it sucks sometimes. So yeah, I don't want that anymore. Yeah.
Great. We'll see
Mhm.
you next time then. Thank you, Andrew.
Okay. Definitely. All right. Bye, Fanny.
Okay. Ah, how was that?
All right. All right. So feedback. All right. Honestly, you did a really great job. Like overall, like you did a really good job. Like your ore skills are like so. Uh, how do I put it? They're so natural, and so like really good open-ended questions, affirmations, just like really natural, good reflections and affirmations and all of that. So I thought that none of it ever felt like you were going down like a checklist or anything like that. You always felt very warm and very human and very caring throughout that entire process. So I think that was something that I want to really hone in on and focus is that like the fundamental MI skills of like connecting and reflecting and yeah, it was really well done. Um, I think the only kind of I would say like feedback for growth would just be I think at the end I'm not when I think back on it I'm not super confident what I'm doing and when I'm starting.
Oh,
I'm not, and I'm not super sure. Am I starting today? Am I starting tomorrow? Am I starting next week? Is this a generic goal? Like, so I think that some of the specifics, like, I know, like, I went too heavy into the specifics, but like, with our plan, I think you set our plan back, but you didn't have me state it. You didn't have me take the ownership of the plan and say, "Oh yeah, remind me again." Like, so when are you starting this plan?
right.
Like when is your intent? When is that SMART goal starting?
Yeah,
So right now we came up with a general idea, but my guess is that I probably would go to OA and probably wouldn't start intermittent fasting until
next.
next week. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah.
I didn't
So
open. It was too vague. Yeah. Okay.
yeah. So that's all I would say is like having an exact date or like this is when you're gonna do it. Like when is this gonna when or this process. The specifics, for instance, with like the Thursday night, that was excellent because you were able to bring it back to like my own intention, but it is your intention with this food. Do you see how like it goes back to your goals, which is to eat intentionally? Like so you did a great job because now on Thursday I know what I'm doing for my basketball night,
Okay.
but I'm not sure when I'm gonna start intermittent fasting and all that stuff otherwise.
Okay.
So yeah, that's all I would that's all I would say is if I look at a SMART goal, I'm not sure where the specifics is. Um,
The
or
timing.
like yeah, like the timing, the measurable I guess would be how much adherence 6 nights out of the week, 7, I don't know.
Mhm.
Achievable, like the confidence, I said 5.
Mhm.
And so I think you had that confidence reel that was good. Realistic, yeah. You let me kind of lead that. And then yeah, the time specific part of that SMART goal.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that's the main thing I would just say is just kind of getting down to like, if a person says, "Yeah, I'll start," like
When?
when. Yeah, because it goes back. It puts accountability, and an addict will always say, "Yes, of course I will." I will. I want this so bad, but it's like there's got to be a point, so either way, so that's the main kind of feedback is I think if you had me at the end, if you had me walk through the plan, that would have I think nipped that, or like at least
Right.
had me buy into the plan we put together.
Okay. Like, so like tell me when you want to start. You want to
Hmm.
start again
Yep.
today, tomorrow. Okay. Got
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Or let me make sure that, okay, I've been writing these things down and and I've been kind of keeping track, but I just want to make sure I get it right. Uh, can you just repeat back kind of the things you remember about our plan?
Okay. Got it. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I summarized it back to you, but I didn't let you tell me. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So if I set it back, then I would have to buy into the plan then at that
Yeah.
point. So, yep. So,
Okay.
yep. That's it though. But otherwise, yeah, excellent job.
All right. I'll stop the recording. Thank you for your feedback. That's very
Yeah.
helpful.